Mr. Pico, thank you for joining, my friend. Obviously, I had the meal last night with the lads. I didn't get in to about 11:45. Obviously, I had to go and pick Bronson up as well. So, um, I don't know how far they got with donations when it comes to fundraising. Obviously, I was a little bit disappointed because I put in, I donated, yeah. Oh, yeah, how did it go? Yeah, it was actually, yeah, really busy. Obviously, they wanted to go to a carvery in the end, so they made their target. Oh, that was good. That was fantastic. That's all I want. Obviously, yeah. The time I got back was about 11:45. Obviously, we went to the Moon and Stars. We had a couple of drinks, um, and then there was diversion, and in the end, we went for carvery. It was actually quite nice because most of them were all vegetarians. So stuck with a couple. It was really rammed in there. Unfortunately, they managed to get us a table, but we did actually get one. So it's really couldn't hear yourself think when there's loads of you. There's a big group of you. You can't hear yourself. So everyone's raising their voices up because they want to talk, and you know what it is. So yeah, obviously I managed to get about an hour in there. Yeah, it was something like £1,500. Wow, something like that. So that was just before I finished. So that could be a little bit more. Well, that's good. That's yes, I heard. Nice little touch. A nice soldering. Yeah, apparently, it's supposed to be a good soldering station at the end of the day. So yeah, that's a good bit of news, bud, wasn't it? So yeah, really pleased with that. Obviously, that fun. So. Michael, thank you for popping in, my friend. Obviously, Mr. Pico's got to pop out in about 20 minutes, so yeah, it'll be the thing. So obviously, I wasn't sure if I'm going to do a stream today, but I thought yeah, I had a little surprise through the post. Now, one of the guests dropped me a little present off to actually saying for my original Xbox, which I do want to finish today. Obviously, I didn't have time because I wanted to watch a bit of the stream. So, Andy, absolutely legend. Mandy Andy. He's the only one that really went out of his way to actually dress up. Now varnish. He had the skirt on. Absolutely legend. It literally was. Obviously, everyone's done their bit and made some donations. So the good thing is they've reached their target. That's really good because I didn't know how much they raised because obviously I didn't get back to about 11:45. So I was going to ask that actually. Yeah, I was going to know as Mandy now. Obviously, I think that was all part of the capture side. So yeah, really, really good. I mean, hats off. It was all the good. I meant to ask, who actually finished the Christmas tree first? Like the Christmas tree ring that they was trying to do. Yeah, it was a laugh. It was actually quite good. I hope they're doing that again because the end of I think they should involve. I think they should involve more streamers to try and pull in more. Obviously, when you're trying to do it live and you've got 4 streamers, but I think it would be nice to engage more activity because there's more than one streamers in a device at the end of the day. I would have loved to have done my bit. Obviously we've all contributed, including myself. On that, unfortunately, mine didn't show up how much I donated. It come up 0, which it wasn't 0 on that front. So I was a little bit disappointed. It's typical of mine. Mine's just always cursed. So it just showed up. Retro Restore 0, and he went, "Oh, thanks." I went, "No, trust me, it was definitely something that I donated." Yeah, it was actually a little bit more complex than I had thought with that LED controller chip. Russ finished it. Oh, great. So Mr. Russ finished the radio before the finished. Then Lowell, then Andy finished. Then broke. And then Jay fixed it. Couldn't get Ease to work. Oh, my. And then Kay had a meltdown. Oh, see what I mean? It's always a way, in it. Every time there's an event, it was just unfortunately as was booked. So I couldn't get out of it. So... the pads on the balls were rubbish. Is that a pad? Oh my god, it sounded like a complete disaster. Oh no. Mind you, it's all good fun because that's exactly what happens on live streaming at the end of the day. So, and the soldering skills, the dealers, oh right, it was the word the deal with the breaker to the build. I mean, this is what you get from AliExpress, unfortunately. They're not the greatest. So, obviously, yeah, I think MK was a big disaster. Poor Mr. MK, I think he was out of his depth there, bless him, because he normally does controllers. So, on that front, yeah, not even all JFix wrote me into the next one. Oh, Jesus. So, when you finish yours, Mr. Pico, it goes to show that, obviously, time and effort, it goes to... when you know what it is? Obviously, Mr. PC was giving him tasks to do, and I think that was stopping it, breaking their concentration levels, obviously trying to raise funds. So by doing that, obviously couldn't concentrate on actually getting things. That's probably why it all went pear-shaped. But it's all in good fun. JFix had a huge trace with at the end of his... but he did do a great job. So, oh dear, it didn't go too great then. Mr. MK is obviously he's trying to answer some questions that Mr. PCDE was putting into him, and they was quite difficult questions. Even I would have known that at the end of the day. So he kept saying Germany. So, so I mean, I was actually sitting there and I went, oh, for Pete's sake, it's 7 o'clock, I've got to go. I mean, mate's literally going to turn up any minute. Yeah, absolutely was. Yeah, you'll have to watch the. I will have to watch the replay. Obviously, you know, because obviously, like, you know, it's just nice engaging and watching it live on that front. But it's good that they reached their target. That's the main aspect of all of it, regardless that it was a disaster, but fun at the same time on that front. So yes, and then I did watch a little bit about 7 o'clock this morning. Obviously, wanted to go to the toilet, so I was still laying in bed. I was watching Mr. Ace do his some repairs. Obviously, Hot Cows was in there on that front. So yeah, it literally. But yeah, it was. That's what it all boils down to. I forgot. I think it was. It wasn't Stuart that sent me these. Yeah, I think the old object of the game was to distract. I think it was, obviously, but Andy, literally, I couldn't stop laughing when I see it in the picture. I went, he's dressed up. I mean, you're doing that live on stream with loads of. I mean, how many people did they have watched? Nearly 90 people, so which was great. But to reach the target, that's what the aim of the game is at the end of the day. I think, like you said, I don't know, one of them donated £150. It was actually quite good. And now Andy said, what, are they nuts? Why would you... I mean, but that's the point. It doesn't matter. Every little helps at the end of the day. So, yeah, it does. Yeah, it's getting up to 200 at one point. Wow. There was 244 people. Wow. I mean, that's good. Yeah. That's fantastic. I would like to see them do another one. It would be really great. Obviously, this might be a common occurrence now, obviously, you know, to try and do. But I think they should engage other, you know, try to broaden the horizons a bit and have other streamers, because again, it's a bit of a challenge. You know, obviously, the more streamers you got, obviously, it feels like there's more engagement, because then, you know, obviously, I mean, it's still got down to at least 3 of them. Yeah, I've got all it figured out, so it makes sense to do it again. Yeah, I mean, totally agree. Yeah. So it was just good seeing everyone that was enjoying himself on the stream, and like you said, getting it all set up. Obviously, it didn't go well at some point because Mr. PC touched something, and then it went on to MK's video, and then next minute they can't get it back. So I thought, oh no, it's all going wrong. This is what happens. Yeah, I was just speaking to JFix after, and the PC said that they're going to do two a year, and JFix has got me to join in the next one. See what I mean? Great. I mean, that is really, really nice to actually see. So yeah, this is what I said about full engagement, to try and actually get other people to engage in it as well. So yeah, that'll actually be quite cool on that front. But they're not the easiest to put together. I mean, obviously, especially with Mr. MK, his skills are still getting there. But to do that, that goes off to him. I knew he was going to struggle with that somehow. I really did. Because like you said, he's good at controllers and other bits and pieces. So yeah, he was actually enjoying the salty LEDs. Yeah, but they're from AliExpress, so they're not the greatest on that front. Someone sent me these, and I forgot who sent me these yesterday. Let me grab my phone, and I only got these for this morning. I think it was all good to show that it all went well. I mean, that's the main aspect of it, isn't it? At the end of the day. Who sent me this on Discord? Because it was someone in the actual stream, and I forgot who actually sent it. I know if I look at the invite, I can see it. It was Christopher. Mr. Christopher sent me these. Chris F. Sent me these. I've just realised on the streamer name. So basically, these were a couple of chips. Obviously, I was mucking around with the Xbox, and he said, and he did show me a picture in Discord. So he said, I've got some bits for your Xbox there. So he said that might be beneficial to you, which he sent me free of charge. So obviously, it's not in the stream. I would have said thank you on that front. So I'm saying it now. So yeah, I think it was all good fun and it went well. Yeah, it actually did. So obviously he's given me these, but I haven't got a clue what these are. These have been 3D printed, and they've got the word Xbox written on them. So we've got Xbox here, and we've got Xbox on these, and some standoff headers on that front. So obviously I haven't got a clue, obviously, what these are for. I know what these are. These are the actual point. I'm sure that Chris will pop in and at some point, yeah. Oh, Chris is in. Christopher, I was just talking about you. Thank you very much, my friend. I just received your gift. I'm glad you're in. Thank you for the Raspberry Pi Zeros for that front. Actually, these were great. So if mine ever goes down, I've got a backup on that front. Yeah. How do I put these together, sir? Because obviously these are designed for the OG Xboxes, which I'm working on. No, but I don't know how these go together. I mean, do these go to a certain way? I mean, obviously, does one go that way, like that? I will find a picture. Thank you, my friend, because I'm going to be doing the LED mod. Obviously, Mr. Pitco's got to go out in less than 20 minutes. So, on that front. I think yesterday, it's a shame I had to pop out, obviously, but it looks like everyone reached their target. So, obviously, they're absolutely... Mandy Andy was absolutely a legend on that front. Absolute legend. It's the only one that actually did dress up. Alert, see Worms in Discord. Uh-oh. Right. Oh, this don't sound too great. Oh, come on. What? I hate technology. Tug machine. Mr. Worms is doing. Right. I have some pictures. I can test it, but I don't have a keyboard or mouse to ignore the dodgy it's the old dusty TV. So obviously, it looks like he's got it up and running. So he's done exactly that. Great. Obviously, he ain't got the thing on it. So this is my one that I ruined, which I stopped, which he did do. So nice one, Worms. I'm going to actually say Worms. Glad to see it all working. There absolutely is. So he's got it back up and running, and that is fantastic bit of news. So obviously that is not now. Yeah, I'm glad he's actually done that. I'll send you a link to the page. Thank you, Mr. Christopher, sir. Much appreciated. obviously, I'm hoping to Mr. Worms can get this done because I want to do. I wanted to put this on the. I want to get one of them put on eBay, and I want to raise money for the Dogs Trust. So, obviously, it'd be great if I can get the other one up and running. Thanks. I can't test the memory now because I don't have a mouse or the keyboard. Oh, bugger. At the end of the day. But fantastic job. So, yeah. Yeah. Mr. Peaker, you took the words straight out of my mouth. That's just what I was going to actually say on it. You actually, he's absolutely legend. He's right. The main thing is, it's back up and running. So, what I need to do then, obviously Mr. Worms is typing in a message while that's all going through. It goes to show that it's the SATA adapter and the drive. Nice. Right, so okay. That 3D print is a wedge to stop the SATA from coming off. So it packs it in to stop it from actually sliding back because obviously there's gaps there on that front. So, yes. So Mr. Worms actually did put at time. It's any time. Still want to put some resin at the bottom of the ball to help it reinforce or to trace repairs as much as I can. So I can also, if you like, I can socket all of the memory chips for you. Hope you're referring to tugging, as I definitely it's not my best thing. I have always done something better. I could actually say, Mr. Worms. Hey. If you feel like sockets please do, and thank you. I'll take credit of you, Mr. Worms. You've done an awesome job, and where credit's due. Mr. Worms, I said you are a legend. If you feel like the sockets, if you feel like the sockets, please do, and thank you. So obviously, top notch there from Mr. Worms. Obviously, and obviously that's my one because it's not socketed on that front. Obviously, I had two Atari ST 1040 ST FMs. So we couldn't test the socket because obviously due to I think one of them's got bad RAM. So he just said that if you feel like it's always on that front, so he's going to get a nice little surprise coming his way. He doesn't know it yet, but obviously don't expect anyone to do anything for nothing at the end of the day. It's all about helping the community. Well, I have enough sockets just to... I will have enough sockets to do that, just to let you know if you want me to. Please hope it will fit in your case, lol. Yes, please. Mr. Worms. Thank you. So, absolutely legend. So obviously Mr. Worms has done his magic. She's back up and running. Which, again, that is why I said I think I stopped when I did. Because obviously the trouble is with them trace repairs that if I would have gone too mad, I would have damaged the ball beyond the point where it couldn't be repaired. So that is why I thought, no, just stop what you're doing. Leave it alone. Obviously, it's like Mr. Clint Eastwood always said, a man's got to know his limits. Know your limit. Stop. Don't carry on. Obviously, if you carry on, then obviously you're going to make it a lot difficult to do. And I know we've got to learn, but obviously not to the point where you completely take it from fully working to completely bricked, which is not ideal. He said, okay, I will do that. I'll do that for the retro, and I can see if there's any other ones by swapping out the memory as well. Thank you. Thank you, bud. Much appreciated. So I mean, so yes, I've got a nice little surprise from Mr. Worms. So hopefully, when he gets that, I'm gonna get it all ready for him. And obviously, he's not going to expect nothing in return, and it doesn't work like that. So no, he'll have a nice little surprise coming. we have a picture. Yeah, thanks for letting me know on that. So I had nothing else to fix. So I'll try. So he's tried to fix things. So Mr. Worms did say in the live stream. He said I can do that. Hat goes off to you, sir. You've done more than what I did. So obviously he's quite good on that front. That's what I like about the community, all coming along and helping you. Do you know what? Mr. Pico? 100%, sir. I totally agree. And Mr. Pico, why was that last night? I won the bid, but someone bidded on it on the Grundig. Let me quickly show you. I did win the bid on it on the front. I paid a grand total of, it went for 47. Obviously someone put a bid in to buy it, but I won it for, it was for 45, but I won it for 47 plus fees and costs and shipping on that front. So obviously the grand total is, obviously I've got to cover that up because of the thing on it. I won it for £55.21 on that front. So obviously there's £49.57. VAT of £4.34, £1.30 for handling fees, buyer's protection. So grand total of £55.21. So I actually won it. So hopefully, I know that one that is still broken. It just says that the door wouldn't open or something. So I'm just hoping it does. I'm just hoping that it's not going to be severely damaged like the other one. I won't know that until I get it. But I mean, if the worst comes to it, I can put the other one back and sell it for spare parts and hopefully recover some of the money back, because obviously trying to get this retro stuff is bloody expensive because it comes at some serious pricing. So yes, hopefully that will be worth getting done on that front. Now obviously with what I was doing to this, the LED light up mod on this, I should have put it on the outside for one and not inside, so then it would have light would have bleed, and two, I should have hardwired it directly to the actual thing. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's good to know that it really went well last night. It was just very unfortunate I had to go out. I thought, oh no. Yeah. I'll just take it outside and then swap the CD part over with your... I'm going to do that, sir. That's exactly what I'm going to do at the end of the day. And I'll try to open it manually and then just in case. Yes, very good point. Because as you lightly recommended, I mean, it's good that I would like to see, for what I watched last night, I would like to see some more live streaming with other, current YouTubers actually engaging with that, because like I said, I'm all one for charity. I was actually quite surprised that they didn't ask, but they must have had their reasons on that front. Oh God, that's done it. Sorry, Bronson. Right, now obviously Mr. Christopher was referring to this because, again, looking at this is obviously, this is part of the issue, what was causing the issues on the board because of the wobbleness that was going on there. So I'm going to take that out. Hopefully when they do the next one it'll be free, so yeah, You are, according to the convo with JFix, PCD will after the show. So, all right, nice. So he will do. It will be free. Yes. Obviously, it's. You just turn it down for a bit. Actually, let me go into application audio. Sorry, let me just turn it down to about there. Obviously, they've put that way back up. So hopefully we get that audio going in just ever so slightly. There you go. Don't know why that was obviously going on that front, but it wasn't switched on. Ouch, my ears. Sorry, Mr. Retro No. Sorry, my friend. I just took that down. Obviously, OBS has been messing with my system lately. Even saying that, I now can't. For some reason, obviously, I've got. I purchased a DJI mic mini. It needs to go down a bit more. Sorry, my friend. Let me just turn it down ever so slightly. Right, we'll put it about there. It's just under -50. So hopefully that will a bit more on that front. Yes, obviously the DJ mic, the DJ mic 2. This was working. Now OBS decided to mess with it. It's now not working. So I haven't got a clue. I've had to refer back to my Razer microphone. Bloody OBS. Absolutely. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. So, unbelievable. Obviously, messes with one thing. You don't even have to touch it. And all of a sudden, things just go screwed. You know, they just go completely backwards on this front. And I don't get it. So, why did it start messing? And now, for some reason, I can't seem to get it to work at the end of the day. So, I've got to investigate that. Again, I ain't mucked around with no settings. I swear to God, I'm not the only one, because some other YouTubers have been having issues with OBS. I really wish OBS would get it together and get these things fixed, instead of just keep putting an update out, and then all of a sudden they're having problems because now they can't connect to it, you know. Set up. My OBS is a bit more complex, but yeah, Michael, exactly. I mean, obviously with OBS, it's all about overlays, which it took me. I had to go back to school and learn. It feels like, and you know, where I used to do the coding and programming back in the early '80s when I was a kid at school. Learning this modern stuff, it's like you have to take a degree at it. It's really complex. It really gets your brain working. It's not like the old days where it was just simple. You just write the code out. You know, obviously you had a book. You just follow the book, write the code, and it's done. No fun. No, these are, you've got to go into so many different configuration settings to go in. And you're scratching your head sometimes. You think, oh my God, I can't get anywhere with this. Absolutely nowhere. I'm glad that Mr. Worms has got that up and running now. I'm really pleased. So, to me, that's a right bonus. So, obviously, he's obviously got a lot more better skills than what I've got on that front. So, yeah. So, right, we was going to put this in, and Mr. Christopher actually recommended these. We're supposed to have gone. I think one went this way. I think that's what the Xbox was. It might have been that way. I think one went this way and one went that way. Hold up, no, because one went the other way, because obviously. Right, let me take that back out. I'm pretty sure one of these Oh, it might have gone that way then. I think it might have gone that way. Yeah. It looks... Look at the link. Oh, oh let me look at the link, because obviously Mr. Christopher has already done these, so on that front, let me have a look at let's go back into the link. Discord. Hold up. So obviously this is obviously Mr. Worms has sent another picture on the thing. So obviously that's how he's done the chip, because it wasn't reading on that front, where he's had to do trace repair on that front. Catch you later, my friend. Thank you for popping in. Thank you, Pico. Let's just put... That's it. Mr. Hot Cows is... who's that? Who's not Mr. Hot Cows? Should be one there. Bro, do you think that the new upcoming free on the Epic Store? Yes, I heard about that. Yeah, that's the big plate that you need to stick the adapter. I'll read that in a minute. Yes, the of the new Epic Store, because like you said, there is new stuff coming. I don't think people are aware of it, and I don't know how long it's going on for. The Epic Store been giving away free gaming every day. Obviously, every 24 hours it refreshes. They've been giving away free games. One of them was actually Hogwarts Legacy, over a £50 game. Nice little touch. Didn't have to do that. So again, really great on that front. So if you haven't got, I'd actually get over to the Epic Store and grab your free games while they're free. Obviously coming up to the Christmas, and they're still doing it. And I did look at the lineup list. One of them is going to be Red Dead 2, which is, again, you're going to give it away for fully free on that front. So a nice little touch and that. So yes, obviously Mr. Worms, he said I already did that other the other OC, which is the memory chip itself. He said, but I removed it because there was a trace that it needed fixing, but it disappeared under it, so you don't get to see. So obviously Mr. Worms done a really great job on that front. So obviously, now this is the thing that Chris F obviously gone in, so I'm going to give it the site, and obviously we've got it here. Right, so these look like these are standoffs. It's a shame the bloody picture's a bit dark because I can't get to see. I think I can get enough idea. So one of them was right where I said one of these actually goes into this side here, so it has the word Xbox, so you can actually see. So this is where it would sit, and I think it's like a form of guide on that front, or does it go that? I think it just goes that way. So these just help with the cable to stop the cable from coming off. Yeah, that's the right way round. Yeah, as I thought it would be. The only thing is, no, Mr. Christopher, I can't see where the other one went. It's so dark, that picture, which is a bit frustrating, because I would have liked to see where that was gone, where that's obviously gone to. Because like you said, we've got the bits here, and we've got another one here. Oh, bloody Pete's sake, this phone is ultra sensitive for touching. You've really got to be so careful with touching it. Right, so obviously I'll blow the picture up. I might be able to see a little bit better. So I think one went this side and the other one went that side. So where do these actually go? So obviously these must have gone somewhere, and I can't get a picture where they've actually gone. It's between the drive and the adapter. Right, so if we just get, I want to get a rough idea. I'm going to put that in without the cable. So obviously this one, I know what you mean. So this helps to push it in and keep it pushed in. So I think one goes this side. And I think one went, did one go that side? I think that's what they do. They just push against it. Yeah, that's the, yeah, they are the, there's two sets there. So yeah, basically, so we've got that. So obviously that keeps that from, obviously this is all moving about. So hopefully that should stop that from, because obviously it sits at the bottom, pushes, but these ain't pushing all the way down for some reason. Obviously, like the issue that it's got, that I think that's what these ones are, because obviously you've got like raised points. Oh, we've got raised points up here, right? Let me grab that. It's gone underneath the chair, and I don't want to fall off the chair again. I know what happened last time I went flying. not great. So I think, right, I think the bumpy bits there, obviously these are little ceramic tiny capacitors on that front. So that's probably why they 3D printed this. So it looks like that is the case. So the Xbox looks like the symbol's got to be pointing towards that way, and the other one, obviously it doesn't matter which way it goes round, because like you said, you can sit flat. So hopefully, I'm just wondering what these were. Was this actually to push the cable in, to keep the cable pushed in to a certain degree? I mean, that's what I was thinking. That's what I'm thinking it was, and it does make sense for it to go that way, because again, because when this cable's in, when I get it in, God, they're bloody fiddly. This is the only thing with OG Xboxes. These are, it's a bad design. I think Chris sent us 2 more images. Right, as I thought it would be. So these actually go at the back. Thank you, Chris. So these actually go at the back then. There you go. Right. Makes perfect sense, my friend. So now, obviously, thank you for that, because that is exactly it. So hopefully, that then raises that, then pushes against that to give it its... Right, makes sense. So we've got... And it does now, because it feels a lot more tighter. A hell of a lot more tighter. Obviously it's took that gap up, and the only downside is this ain't going in. It's not slotting in, because obviously it's took too much room up. This has to be slotted all the way in on that front. Let me read your messages. Have you tried the 3D set prints? Tried to put the one at the Xbox. Yeah, message retracted. Yeah, it goes in where you put it first. Yeah. So obviously, looking at this on this front, and then obviously. Like you've done now. So basically, you've got this image, and it's supposed to have something like the Xbox. Yes, as I thought it would be. The Xbox goes with the notch cutouts, goes against this, so it goes. It's supposed to go like that, but this, for some reason, is stopping it from going all the way in. So hopefully. Let's just see if I can put this in first, because it's, for some reason it don't seem to want to slot all the way through. It's forbidding. I think the 3D print is taking it all up. to the back plate on this. Oh, there you go. No, you're right, Chris. It does go all the way in. They must have designed it where it fits into that point. So yes, well done, sir. So now obviously I've got to get that in to slot that in. They're not the easiest things to work with. Now these ones on here, they're not going all the way down, so I don't know if these might want shaving down ever so slightly, because that keeps that now packed away, which it has. They stopped that from really wiggling against that. So again, Microsoft, what was they coming up with on that front? So obviously this has got to go in now, and you've got to do all this while the cable's in. Jesus, yeah, they made this. They've definitely made this simple, 100%. So, yeah, I think what you have to do is, like you said, put that in first. This one goes in. I'm glad Mr. Worms has done that, because he was wanting to test it. It's just only one small piece. Yeah, no, it's the one in the middle. Yes, it's just one in the middle. Right, okay, my friend, thank you. So really, that's all you want then? Just one in the middle to push it out. Right, does make sense. But I think what's actually happening, because of that, the gap, it's not making it accessible, and it's really ultra tricky to try and get that out. Xbox, frigging Noah. Yeah, that's a great idea. No, I mean, it's a boss stamped on it, but no, it's not going in, Mr. Chris. That's really, really ultra tight. I think what's actually happening, this is protrude too far out. I think some of this might need to be shaved down a slight, because again, for some reason, I can't seem to get that in now. And you've got to be careful not to knock a cap off these in the front. Just like you said, once this is in, which it is. Is that in? Don't feel like it's in. No, remove the tape that you put on over the drive. So I've got a little bit of tape now, very thin. Jesus. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say this is a 10 plus. It's fiddly as hell, and she for some reason, she don't want to fit. She's putting up with a little bit of a residual fight there. There you go. She's in now. Right. Now she's in. Right. So obviously that stops that from touching. Now the back on that one, that should just slide down. I know what you're trying to say. That, which it does. Right, there you go, done it. Right, yes, that's it. That's what that gap's for. I know why you've done it now. Makes sense. So the gap on this is to slide them two capacitors to actually slide to go through so they don't knock them off. And all you basically do is just push it down so it slots in between, because obviously they're so tiny. So, and that's it. And what that's done now, that's not only kept that nice and snug, I haven't got any issues of now getting that back out and this touching against that. Right, finally. And obviously we've got one spare. Thank you, Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, have we these are these rightly? Am I right in saying that these Raspberry Pi Zeros, because you've got the Pico and the Zero, this being the smallest of the boards, these are just plug and play, because obviously you've put the files on there. So if my chip ever goes, my Xenon chip ever, if it on the board, because that's got a Raspberry Pi Zero on it, so I just literally just swap that over, because it's already got the header pins straight on it. So if that ever does go, so I just take that off and just slot that into its place. Yeah, I thought so. Thank you, my friend. That, I know it sounds daft, just that alone is like you said, I think it's one of the poorest designs on these Xboxes, because obviously you see the issue. You shouldn't have to be putting brown parcel tape to actually try and think, you know, Microsoft could have come up with a very similar idea, but they didn't. Now I thought that was a Pico was the smallest. No, well that's what I thought. I thought the Pico was the smallest. It's the actual Zero, and this one's got the Zero. Look how small that is. So obviously I've got the Pico. The Pico is up here on that front. If I can find the Pico, because I used it to try and program on that front. What we got? Yeah, here it is. So I've got the Raspberry Pi Pico. Yeah, it's just a chip. Yeah. So obviously, when you buy the Zero, when you buy the Pico, this is a Raspberry Pi Pico. Obviously, they don't give you nothing; they just give you this. So obviously, you're going to need a data cable. This one come off for it come off something else. So wasn't designed for that. So the Raspberry Pi Pico, obviously these are great for programs because you just dump them on, flash them. I did try to do the Nintendo switches on that front, not the switches, the Wii U's, obviously, because they got the black screen, but obviously we can't flash them because obviously it's got a NAND problem. The NAND's corrupted at some point, so we got some nice little Picos there. So what I'm going to do, actually, come to think about it, I will wrap these, just wrap these up, because obviously we don't want to damage these chips. I'm just glad for this bit, because this was one of its big weak points with this, because once you put the cable on and all the top, the chances are that this can come off the drive and then you're back to square one again. So I think coming up with this concept design, simple but very effective. So yeah, hat goes off to you, sir. Thank you so much. So yeah, 100%. Because I want to do the mod. I will go down the road. I will have to see if I can more solder this in. So I'm going to keep these chips in mint condition. Obviously, Mr. Chris actually does all these. So he'll probably put some of these on eBay, and people who are interested, by all means, go and grab them, because these are fantastic. Obviously, you've got to have it. You know, you've got to have part. This is only one part of the mod. So obviously you can't just dump it on the board. It's obviously you've got to flash everything else. I already had all this done for me because I paid to have it done. Let me go and grab some scissors, because I want to wrap them chips up, keep them in good condition. So yes, it's just very unfortunate. I managed to get about an hour and a half into the stream, but yeah, I think that was really funny. With Mandy Andy on that front, dressed up, absolutely legends. So what I want to do is just wrap. I just want to keep these, because you don't look how tiny the components are. last thing you don't want to do is end up just knocking a component off there, then you're going to be in real trouble. So I like to look after all my items and restore it back. I'm more pleased that Mr. Worms has actually managed to get me Atari back up and running. Even though I've got the 520, the 1040, obviously it's the same one. It's just that it's got more RAM on board. It's a little bit quicker. But if we can fix the other one, it will be going to Dogs Trust. It will be going on the website, and funds will be raised for Dogs Trust. So, and that's what I'm hoping. I'm actually hoping that. So that's if we can find which RAM has gone bad on that board. Because obviously I've got to order all the other parts. So, and during Thursdays, actually Christmas Day, it's coming around very quick. But remember, things won't go back to normal just yet, because obviously you've got the new year and shops will all be closed and act like a Sunday. So you can imagine on that front, it's things will be returning back to normal, but just not just yet. That's why I've not ordered no parts, because it's just no point. Chances I might get lost in transit. I've still not even had my power supply yet. Obviously Mr. PC did order these before mine, so mine's still, I've not heard no update. It's been 3 days, so the chances are now I'm not going to get it. Might be after Christmas. I can't tell if it's in the UK. 1 minute saying it's in the Netherlands. Right, now I've wrapped all these chips up because I don't want to get them damaged. Bubble wrap will protect them at front, which will be great. And that's it. We have got all of that now, all of them Picos and the zeros in there, and I now know if mine ever goes on the Xbox, I've got a spare backup, so which is good to go. Up front, thank you for Mr. Chris up front. So yeah, I might be able to see. I can get to that from here, so I can actually put this in. So this ain't going to stop me. So I can leave all that in, and I will take this out. Obviously that's packed in tight there, isn't it? So this might be, no, leave it plugged in, because that was a bloody nightmare to get in. So obviously I'll need to get this out. I will put them bits away, sir, in that front. So we've got a spare 3D print on that front. But yeah, great. I think that's a great concept. Absolutely. That keeps that packed in nice and tight, so it's got a nice snug fit, so it's never going to come loose. I was trying to wrap my brains thinking, well, how does that go together? I'm glad Chris jumped on board, because I would have been sitting here for the last hour or two trying to work it out, thinking, well, I can't get my head around this on that front. But yes, but we got there in the end, which is cool. Which I weren't going to do a stream, but I thought, well, no one else is doing this, and I do want to finish this mod off, which I did it to some point to the extreme. Obviously, Chris has done his one fantastic. He's done it really nice. Kept it all like stock, near enough stock, without the digital plate at the front. And then, yeah, right. So I've got to get that out. Can this come out? I think this can come out now, can it? I don't need this in. I think you're right. Yes. Because I want to take all these out. I want to put them on the outside. I think it'll be sensible to put all this on the outside. The only thing with these, them security screws are a frigging nightmare. Obviously Mr. Pico's got to pop out. It's yeah, really good. I really enjoyed that stream yesterday. I'm glad that they reached their target now, so that's one good aspect. Oh God, let's see. Yeah, I'm knocking bits over. Just put that down here. Or something else comes flying off the board. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is put that on there, I think. So I'm going to take all this out. Right. Does make sense. And then what I do, I'll put it on the outside. And then solder it directly into the I didn't like the idea of it being inside anyway, because obviously these power supplies are hot in this front, so obviously that's the xenon chip on there, the xenium chip. So basically in theory, all I have to do is just unplug that and put another one straight on if this one ever goes bad. I think they all do the same thing. They near enough all do. I'm pretty sure. Am I right in saying that, Mr. Christopher, sir? And that, do they near enough all do the same boot up sequence? See, I can put this all the way round. So that can then go round the case, round the case, round the case, and up there. So yeah, should be good to go. So this will just be, it just will make sense to actually put it around the casing. And then this sort of like coming in. If I do it that way, that would make sense, because then I can then put this through. Yes, because no, it's got to go through the other bit, innit? So no, it won't go through that section. Here it is. It's here. So obviously the module. How am I going to get around this now? So if I hardwire this in, obviously I've got USB types here. So basically the bottom line is I won't be able to use that, will I? Because hardwiring it obviously involves in just going straight into it just needs to be going straight into the wires, unless like you said, how many we got 5 terminals on these, so 4 terminals, so we got 4. Obviously I'll have to find the power source and see what these are. I think these ones are, I'm pretty sure these might be able to put a pin or something to guide in and then take it directly from here to go to the LEDs. I'll have to double check, but I think that's pretty sure. Let's say they go in. Where's the, oh, here it is, copper tape. one good aspect, by putting them on the outside, I can then see where they actually go, and then nothing gets shorted at the back of it, so which is really cool, which will be a general idea. I might have to put that at the top, you know. I think I might have to, because again, this is why I'm about planning everything out, because again, the top's got to sit down on this. So looking at this, yeah, it does. So hopefully. Well, that's gone all the way round, so this actually ain't done too bad. Kept it all nice and straight. It's as straight as I can get it. It looks about right. So, which this will be a lot better. Won't that metal part touch the lid? Well, I'm going to put the lid back on in a minute, just give it a quick test. That's why I want to do a dummy run first. obviously I think this might be the best alternative to put it on the outside, because obviously you need, but it's like you said, you've got to be careful of cables. I mean, as it is, I can see a pinch in this cable already. Obviously this is a prime example of what I'm talking about when you're trying to do a mod. The last thing you don't want to do is splice into a cable, have a cable stick out. So put this back in, put that back in. Right. I think just put this back over here. Obviously this is a much better idea now, obviously on this front, because now I ain't got no worries about these bloody, you know, worried about this getting issues of trying to for this to come out. So what I'm going to do is just force this in to the side. I just want to put the casing back just to see. Obviously you can see what I've done. So obviously I've put it on the strip on the outside, kept it down ever so slight so it slips over. But that's what I'm more worried about. It's like you said. Let's just see if that is the case. Just like you said, when you're trying to, it wasn't designed for certain things on it, so I want to see if it interferes with anything that I've managed to put on, or does it take off. The only thing with these Xboxes, they are a frigging nightmare. I think you're right there, Mr. Chris. I think some of these are interfering. Just having a look. That one is. I'll just pop that. I think what you got to do, you've got to lift them over. I'm going to leave it there for a minute, but I'm going to just see if these hook actually over. These go in, or do they go out? If it needs to go over. It's these bloody lugs again. They always end up bending up. It's these things. Again, exactly the same issue. Now, again, there's nothing interfering with that, but again, it always seems to be around about here that always ends up causing problems. Right, that side feels like it's in. That seems like it sits in. That's clipped in. Ah, Mr. Rockhouse, how you doing, sir? I see you was on Mr. Ace's stream this morning. I was watching it while I was in bed. Actually, that's not gone too bad. The only downside is over some of the LEDs. Yeah, she's actually clipped in. So it looks like that's the case. That front. Let me just plug this in, and I can quickly plug her into the USB port. He's off with the chair. It's good about the stream with the charity. I was just saying how well that went. Now, obviously, I've just plugged that into the USB port on that front. So we've got at the front. It just gives me a rough idea of what I'm going to be looking at. I don't know where the remote is. Let me see if I can find the remote. Oh, we are. Remote is buried. No. It's pretty. Yeah, it is. I mean, at the end of the day, let me turn it on so you can actually see it. So, obviously, I don't know. So, we can pick colours. But if I pick the green one, for some reason, that means there must be some LED short on this front. Because, look, this is what I'm saying about with these bloody things here. Obviously the blue looks nice, but obviously it does make it sit a little bit easier, but you have to discard and go over on that front. Obviously, look, I've just pressed yellow. It's come up bloody red there. That means there's got to be a short somewhere along the line. If I press green, it goes to blue. Pink goes to pink. What about orange? Well, we've got like orange here, but it goes red that side. So these are not the greatest of LEDs on that front. But the red, yeah, it seems to be, definitely just seems to be on that front. All I have to do is pink. Yeah, let's press the pink. The pink goes to purple. So obviously, actually, yeah, pink goes purple for some reason. Because I did press pink. If you press that teak colour, it goes to like a nil colour, it goes blue. Red goes, well, an orange goes to like a red one side. So that must be, obviously the blue works, but the blue's not the issue. Yellow, well, that's not yellow. That looks like green and red for some reason. So yeah, if I press white, comes up purple one side and white the other. So unless you go flashing, and then you can sort of like have it like a disco, pulsating different colours. So yeah, I'm thinking that did make sense to actually put it, but I just wanted to confirm, did this actually, like, you know, made sure this all sat before I started like doing hardwires. You know what I've done last time, I tried to hardwire it in. And lucky enough, it does. Obviously, I've got to sort something of this out at the end of the day. We've got a couple of LEDs not working there for some reason. Oh no, there is one LED in there. No, so it's actually fine. So, but it looks like it goes all the way around the back. One good thing about crystals, they do sort of like blend the colours in, just ever so slight. So obviously I don't know where the there must be a reasons why there might be a little bit of trace damage on there. Let's put the light back on. Now that might have been a part of the cause. It looks like there's a chunk missing out of that, but it's caught at the bottom. I think that's probably why that was only coming up at the point here. But it does close. The main issue is the only one downside is if this now gets hardwired in, that obviously I won't be able to use this because I've got it plugged into the port up here. So obviously I've got it on this front. So, which is not a problem, like you said, but I'll have to hardwire that directly into so we can put that in there, but I'll have to take it from this point and see, get the pin layout and what colours are doing for what. The only downside is, can I? Because I could always put this to go in, so that won't be an issue on that front. The only downside is I won't be able to use the remote control because obviously this has got the module. This is the controller, and it's got on there LED controller for your output, and it's got 3 times 2 amp at the end of the day, as if that's going to take 2 amps. Seriously? I mean, 1 amp would be more than efficient. I don't know how many amps this would actually produce when this one's plugged in. So first thing I need to do then is plug this in, get an output on this pin there on here to see what this is actually producing. Obviously we've got multiple wires. Black's always going to be an earth. We've got one single red there, so I think the orange is going to be fine. I think if I was going to take it, it'd be from the orange point. I think they're 5. Yeah, I don't have to. Actually, I can read it onto the board. The board actually says the orange is 5 volts. There you go. That saves me the aggravation. So we know exactly, and all of the oranges, all coming off one spur point, is 5 volts. And the red one, the red ones that are coming into that, the one single red, is 9 volts. Well, we don't need 9 volt. It'll overpower it and burn the LEDs out and take a short ground. So obviously it'll be any of the orange points on that front. So yeah, that won't be a problem then. So we could go down that route. So what's the yellow? What's the yellow one that's actually coming out? Switched. Right. So obviously that's going to the switch, to the board. It's got switch on it. So 9 volt, which would be red. Orange is 5 volt. Well, because it's good that it's giving you the pin layout on the actual PC, the actual power supply itself. Yeah, we got +5, +12 on that. SW stands for switch, so the yellow is for the switch system itself that powers. So that must take 9 volts to the switch. So hopefully any of the oranges then. So I might be able to poke a pin down here and see if we can get might be able to get something out of any of the pins. Poke like a wire down into any of the orange pin layout. Just to power up the LEDs, but I don't know. Obviously, these go to multiple bits on the actual board itself. So hopefully that will get that solved out, and then that'll be easier. The only downside is, like I said, I'm gonna have to come up with an idea. Because as soon as I cut this, that's it. It's unless I do it from the top part and then come in from that way there. That actually might not be a bad idea. Might be able to, I can drill that hole because obviously it's tinny on that, so that I'll be able to make that a little bit wider. That's not a problem. and then what I could do is poke that through, which then pulls this in nice and tight, which is not going to interfere with this, and then come in that sort of route and then go behind it and then come down. Obviously I can come over here. Yeah. So that's where I originally wanted it anyway. I wanted it to come over in the front. So then it keeps all this tucked in nice and neat. And then you can actually see it. So what I wanted to do is pull this over. So then it sort of comes up through part of the front of that. So that because once the lid's on, that'll pack it nice and tight. Obviously this is going to be up close to this section here anyway. But I'm going to have to extend the wire. But the trouble is, which wires do what? The only best way I could describe that, I've got my power station before I plug it into this, is do some cable extensions and see which wire does what on the power station. Obviously it's going to be 5 volt 1 amp on that front. I don't know, obviously, or even 0.5 of an amp, it doesn't matter. I think that might be my best bet. Put that on there for a minute. Let me go and grab the box with my parts so I can see if I can get a box and extend, do some wire extensions, which is here. Spare parts. So obviously I've got some good bits and pieces in here. See, like I did, like you said, there was more in there, so it's not an issue. Now, this might do. Might be able to use something like that because that's got the correct. This is why I love this box, because it always comes up trumps. It's got the correct colouring, except for the white is a black on here, but it doesn't matter. The principles are the same, and that's about near enough the right type of cabling I want to extend it to. It's got the end bits. Yeah, them pins are not staying in there for some reason, so well, that's a bit of a bummer. That would have worked out actually quite well, unless, like I said, I have to Might have to cut these and extend it directly and solder it directly to it. I think that might be my best bet. I'll cut these off and then splice it direct, and then that can extend this section. Right, where is my cutters? Oh, for crying out loud. Here we go. Good luck trying to find it. They've got to be. Yeah. Can't seem to find my little blue snippers. I've got them. Here are somewhere. Snipperoonies. Aha. Bonson's got a kip, so that's good. He's gonna sleep, bless him. Might have to use my little Hossein ones on that front. Just snip these back. So I'll cut this off, right? What I'll do, I'll extend them, solder them direct. Jesus, these are seriously. I've only took a few mils, but barely, just not hardly anything. But should do. I can now tin her up. Solder them. Be stuck in. Nice sticky flux. I think that resin's older than me. Solder. Holy moly. Cool. Cool. Nice. So now they're all tinned up, these should be able to just now go on. So what I want to do first is I need that's it. That makes my job a lot easier. Let's see if I can just put a little bit of a solder. I need to do this one first, just tin these out. Nice. First things first, so they're all tinned up. Cool. Number one done. Move that out of the way. Which is now you can see that's tinned up on there. I'll do the red next. You shouldn't have to add anything on because there's enough. I just want it dabbing down. So, nicely done. Green is next. All I'm doing is extending the wires around. Front. Okay. She's on. One more. Which is going to be the white going to the black. And then that's it. Nice. Good job. And as you can see, let's see, where's my traders? Actually, I can't even find them. Can't seem to find anything. Everything seems to just disappear. So nothing's touching. So we've got green going to the white going to the black. So I know that up here on Earth. Green going to green, red to red, blue to blue. Now, the one good aspect is I can now close this and now pinch these together like that. So that's got no chance of these cables ever sort of like bridging. So what we can do now then, obviously that's a nice snug little fit. Cool. So all I need to do now is, now that's sort of like, put that to one side, don't need that. Now I can, these ends are automatically done. So all I need to do is voltage injection now. And let's see where we can, you know, see where it can take us. And then hopefully I can find out what colour's what. Obviously I'm not going to be able to use the remote control, but hot glue it. Yeah, do you know what? Do you know what, Mr. Watkins? That's not a bad idea. Get the hot glue out. So 5 volts. Obviously she is on 12, so I'm going to have to take her up, take her down in that front, because otherwise I'll take it out. And we can step it back down. I'll crank her up to 1 volt. 1 amp, sorry. Put 1 amp. So we've got 1 amp, and then I can see roughly, now the white is going to be the black one, so. And then I can see what pulls, what colour. So I'm going to switch her on. First things first is try the green. Nothing. Red. Nothing. Blue. Nothing. So this is why it's important to do first. Right. So obviously the white is not doing nothing on that front. So I'll put the negative then on the green. I'm going to go blue. Nothing. Red. Nothing. Right, okay, I'll go to black on the blue, and then we'll go to red. Nothing. Green. Nothing. White. Right, well that's interesting. The blue, let's see if I can, let's put the black on the white one in, and then, no, nothing at all. Right, that's interesting. So the black is going, the black wire, on the negative side is going on the blue, and the positive is now going on the black, which is on the white hand side on it, and we just get a blue. She does, she just lights up blue all the way around, just goes blue. So right, okay, let's try the red. I think green, nothing. That's interesting. So let me push that onto, right, now the black the negative side is now on the red. Again, the positive side's on the white one. What about the blue? What about the green? Nothing. So we go from single coloured lighting. So right, okay, put the negative side on the green. We'll go from the white, which we go green, which the green don't light up on one side because obviously it's got a short somewhere along the line. Blue don't do nothing. What about the red? Nothing. So it's only on the green side. So obviously it is going to defunction some of the issues on there, and we're pulling roughly around about, you can see up here, point 117, so it's 0.1 of an amp draw. But yeah, it's not. So if I put it on the red one, then and the negative on the red, it just goes to red. Or like I said, if I put it on the blue and the white, we go blue. But it's just, like I said, it's solid colours. Because obviously we disabled the function through the modulator, the input side, because obviously the controller, obviously it controls this on that front because it's USB related. Which is, like I said, that's a bit of a bummer, to be honest. It would have just been nice to have the controller, unless, like I said, because really this should have gone through the controller. Like put the controller in there and then come out to see what goes to what, to see if we got some functionality up front. Which probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Which I still might do that yet. We'll cut the, I think, because like you said, cutting the end off. Obviously, oh no I can't, because obviously now I've spliced the wires off. So now you wouldn't be able to do that anyway. So I said to you, with these, setting these up, it's not really designed for it. But so the only other way then is obviously we've got this part on here, yeah. The only other part is to get this directly soldered and then snip the end off. I could go down that route, or just leave that connected, because obviously I'm going to have enough wire here. I think what I'll do, I'll just undo these and go back down that route. You see where it goes. Because without that controller, you really can't do nothing. But this is what I'm saying. It's all about experimenting. it didn't take much to get that out. Tip's nice and clean, cool. Yeah, I think I might go down that route. Let's see where it goes. Because I've got the colour scheme on there, so I'll know where. Obviously, the pins. So the one pin's got to be soldered onto that. Now this would be probably the best time to actually put this through the board and then solder it through the board. So what it might pay me to do then is, if that's the case, widen the hole up here, right, and then poke this, get these wires poked through, because then I can do that after it's all through. So let me go and grab my other. It's saying it's 4, but yeah. So what I was going to try and do was like that. There you go. And the wires can poke through safely. Nice. And then that makes my job easier, because then I ain't got to worry about, obviously, let's see if I can bend them up a little bit. I'll just put the tape around the wires and protect them. No, it'd be alright. And if Mr. Watkins, I'm sure once it's all sorted out. I mean, as long as there's no sharp bits of wire, because the lid's got to go on, obviously. And then what I could do is just like hot glue it. I've got to do it for this controller. The controller is the most important part. What I'll have to do is just snip the wires off and then do the same thing again, because obviously it's losing half its functionality on that point, which is bloody frustrating. I know what you mean, it's like just tape them up. And this, it might have been easier if I could have just, I know what you mean, take this off and see if you can do it direct. Obviously they've used heat shrink, which I can see. There you go. There. So you can clearly see the wires. I might be able to do that, solder it direct. So I've got the arrow where the white one needs to be. So what it might pay me to do is just desolder it from this board and solder it direct. That's it. Pins are desoldered. And what I can do, if I grab a bit of heat shrink and put back over that, I can then go, that'll protect the wires and I won't have to worry. How wide it is of that tubing. No, it's a little bit wider. That looks about the right width, doesn't it? Just a smidge. Just a smidge. Bloody hell. No. That's too big. Far too wide. Yeah. She's too wide in that front. Perfect size, yeah. Goes over. So what I do, if I cut it from about, I'll probably cut it from about there and go over the wires. That'd be perfect. So obviously I've got the size I need. I will have to definitely order some more because I have used a lot of the LD trinks. Obviously I took all the pins out, so the pin's not going to be an issue. And then I'll solder this directly, so obviously the white is going to be up one end, which is going to be the arrow, which is going to be from this one, so it's going to be here, direct. So I'm going to have to get the finger back out. Polygon aspects. So it's going to be this one. White one to this one. Yeah, that's the only snake that's going to be really tight in here, isn't it? I'm going to be able to, okay. That's going to be the white one. Let's see. Let's wing it. See that? Fiddly. Yeah, definitely. Most definitely been fiddly. Actually, before I do anything, I'm doing it over the bloody protection. I want something to go over this. It's just fell in because I don't want to drop hot solder or anything inside. So, good shout. That's it. And that way, nothing goes in. Should do. One's on. Not the greatest. is on. Give it a wiggle test. Perfect. She ain't coming off. Now this shows off your soldering skills, because obviously you see how fiddly it is. So chances are, if you do that, oh, drop the bloody heat shrink down here. And then what I'll do, I'll cut this, because the wire will be going through, and then I'll do voltage injection and then go through that one. So what's next? The green going next to the white. So now I can follow suit of this now, so shouldn't have any issues. Yeah. I'm going to tune this up, plonk it a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit more to the others. Nice. Let's do the green one next. Not great. It's tucked in between, which I do not want. Done out. Lovely. Look at that. Straight. Let's have that all the way in the centre. That one, I'll put it under the microscope because this camera can only zoom in so far, and then that's it. It just bombs out. Can't believe me DJI, me microphone. I don't know what's going on with OBS. It's absolutely a joke. What is next on the agenda? It will be red and then it will be blue. Ouch. Even he's got bloody burned off the soldering iron. He left a scar on his hand. He said, bloody, he didn't repeat it live, but he said it friggin' well. He cracks me up, Mr. Wace. Who's the Mr. Hotcales? Who's he having a go at this morning? He said, oh, I'm fucking timing him out. He said, he's doing my friggin' head in. I don't know what he was on about, Ace. He was so on about it. He went, oh, he's a fucking waste of space, he is. Them Aussie accents crack me up. That's what I love about Ace. Well, he tells it how it is. So I thought, oh dear. He spends more time drinking and smoking than what he does with his bearing. He's thinking, oh shit, I've had enough now. I'll do it later. God. Hold up.
Neil.
All right, mate.
Alright, John, you streaming today?
I'm halfway through, man. Yeah.
We finished early or we're going to go through till late?
Don't know, because I was out yesterday, so I'm trying to catch up on what I'm doing now. So.
Yeah. Okay. Alright then.
All right, mate. No worries. Speak to you later. So, mate. That's it. The end of 2. Yeah. And then before you know it, it was down to 1. 3, 2, 1. It's like dealing with Ted Rogers. Oh, look at that. Spot on. Banging. Let's go. One more. One more for one more. That, hug that beautiful. Just need to just straighten that out. Nice. Bloody typical, isn't it? When I was saying it yesterday, I said when I put a donation, obviously we all contributed towards yesterday, and some contributed more than others at the end of the day. Mine come up 0. It's typical. Every time I try and end up doing a donate, no, don't even come up. It says Retro Restore donated 0. And he went, thanks, Retro. I went, no, trust me, I did. It's just, I don't know what the friggin' hell has happened there. Because it's like 90% of everything else. As soon as I try and do something, it don't work out. I think, no, it's not gonna do it today. So, by the sounds of things then, they look like they're going to be doing another one. So they're planning to do another event. It was good though, it's just a shame that I had to come out that night. Look at that. 4 for 4. Lovely jubbly. So let me see. I'm going to put it under the microscope because I want to have a look myself. So let me switch the Eakins ones up and then I can have a ganges of having by Eakins. There you go. So yeah, not the prettiest, but I cannot see any joins in that. Might be a little bit of a join there, which I'm not happy with. Obviously that's jumped off again because now I've disturbed them. And again, I can see a little hair. I can see it. Where is my lovely. Ain't now. I could see I could just about see a strand going over to that, which I wasn't very happy about, to be totally honest. So what I want to do is, if I bring that back over, there. I can now add a little bit of heat. Get this one soldered back on. Nice, which she is. Tell you what, that's not the easiest. I can see now none of them are touching, and the chances are the wiggle test soldered nicely. So we can now put this back. There now should be the white, the green and the red. So what we can do now is, let me get back to my camera. See, OBS is not picking up any, again, that Stream Deck's not picking up my camera for some reason. It'll go, there you go. It's supposed to make your life easier. Oh, not easy. Give me 1 minute, guys. Let me, I've got to go to literally go and move my car because I have a car parking issues right here and I have problems parking my motor. And it looks like he's gone. Stay there, Bronson. Give me 1 minute. we're all back. We're coming this section. I've got to turn the light on. It's getting bloody dark in here. It's ridiculous. What is it? 3:30 and it's getting dark already. Wow. Right. Obviously, I have parking wars around where I am. Parking's a nightmare. Everyone jumps in your spot. And then that's it. Bronson wanted a bone. So I'll give Bronson... oh, the camera's froze. How am I not surprised? Yeah, of course the camera froze because you touched it. So, there you go. So obviously I'll give him one of these. Which ain't gonna last him long, you can hear him munching on it. So anyway, we've put that on. Now I'm going to cut this off. Now I'm going to leave obviously a lengthy bit of wire. So if I splice it about here, I wish I know where my cutters are. Then I've made my job a lot easier. She snips. Now before I do anything, I'll put this on first because otherwise I'll be in trouble on that front. So then that can then go over the bad point, and the wire's all nicely threaded through, so I won't have any issues of that sort of things. And all I need to do is just source these wires out now. Now obviously we're going to only have two wires, red and a black, because obviously it's all going onto the board, so this should really make my job a lot easier, which it does. So we've gone from 4 wires down to 2 because obviously the controller board is going to do its job. Now just as I was going out to go and move the car, there was obviously young girl, young bloke, obviously what's their name? I mean, the girl looks like she's 16, 17. All I heard her was cursing, like unbelievable. I mean, serious cursing, like effing it on, no F you, and all that. I mean, wow. I mean, did she kiss her mother with that tongue? Probably not. You think, oh dear. Right. Dear, right. So we should have then. This should now control this properly. Right. Obviously, I'm going to leave this. Yeah, as long as it ain't over the flame. Right, cool. I'll leave that sort of engaging because I don't want to get the bit on it. Switch this on, and in there flashes. And we have got all of the colours going around the board. So, and it's only pulling 0.15 amp, so it's 0.1 amp it's pulling, and it's properly done. So now we should be able to use the colours, which we can. So we can pull the colours around on the front. So yeah, it's not a bad idea. So actually go down this route. So now what I can do now is solder these up, get these fluxed up, and get this put on to that adapter. Obviously now we can heat shrink this because it's now like the correct way of dealing with it, and looks like probably would help because I've unplugged it. That probably has got a big part of it. Yes, it is. She's unplugged. Nice. She's at 360 degree airflow speed at 8. Just the maximum I'll go on. Put that round and shrink her up. Nicely. Nice. She can go down. So that then, she's all nicely done, so all I need to do now is get her teamed up and get this put on the bone and get her put back together. So what I really wanted to do is that's it, get it done, get it sorted. So now I can use the this tinner and then take that can come out, obviously that can come off, and then I can nice. Oh, I've done the Nintendo Switch. Managed to put some games on last night. I can find it. Well, since Andy's done it, I never got round to doing it because obviously I got caught up in other projects. Like 90% of the bloody projects I got caught up around down here. So managed to actually put some on, and it works lovely. I was playing it today around my mum. So obviously I'm going to upgrade, but the only downside of upgrading, I'm going to have to take them all off, repartition it, and just. But lucky enough, I've got all the files backed up, so bit of a pain. But being a run up to Christmas, it's like everything else. There's no point trying to get anything done at this side. EDF, congratulations. You've earned 25.7 hours for 4 hours of free electricity this Sunday. So the next task is now, I can turn that off, this can now come on. I don't need this, because obviously I've done the heat shrink now. So what I need now is power this up, get the multimeter on, and get some testing on this front and see how we get on. Oh, try that load. So let me go and grab. Bronson said that. There's no surprise there, Mr. Bronson. You seem to swallow everything else before. It didn't last you long, did it? It's supposed to last you. Good lad. 2. Wow. Perhaps is it worth me streaming? I've only got 2 in this stream. Probably not. I might end this stream and just do this off camera. Obviously 2 in the stream is obviously not worth really streaming. I don't know who's in. So, I can put some hot glue around it. probably will actually, come to think about it. That's probably not a bad idea. Put some hot glue around that bit. So, yeah, I might end this stream and do this off camera because it's not obviously worth me streaming. I might as well just end it.